Yeah.
Well, moving on to Angel City, they finished in 11th. They hired Alex Straus mid-season after quite a few coach turnovers. Big off-season moves, though. They brought in the likes of Emily Sams, Taylor Suarez, Ary Borges, but also lost players like a Sarah Dorson, Madison Hammond, Miabe Moria, and Megan Reed. They also retired Allie Riley and Kristen Press. I mean, these are huge leaders on the team as well with shoes to fill. But, Jordan, I want to come to you again first because you called so many games. You talked a lot about Angel City last season. Is this enough for them to be a little bit of a better team with that experience that they brought in and help them score goals? Because they lost a lot of their goal scorers, and Alyssa Thompson as well last season, that was kind of the star of the team.
That was one of the first notes I wrote down, Darian. Like, I actually think Angel City's done a really good job, and I wouldn't just call it their off season. I would call it the end of the season too. But the big hole that they still have yet to fill is left winger. Like, who is going to play that left wing position where Alyssa Thompson played, and they sold her last year, and now they still are lacking that dynamic player. Not going to be the same, but someone who can impact the game and give them a little bit more balance, because I think with Giselle Thompson on one side, she can help unlock defenses, and Svendis Janstadter, but they need somebody else on that left side. So I think that's the biggest hole for me. But why I say their offseason was good, I mean, Emily Sams is an incredible signing.
And she's scoring some goals.
And she's scoring goals and playing like dribbling forward and going forward in a little bit of a 3-back, which I think Angel City with Savvy King now back on the field could be excellent out of a 3-back. And Sams would have a similar role as we saw her play in the national team over the last camp. But they bring in Neely Martin, they bring in Hina Sagita. At the end of last year, these are 2 NWSL championship players. And the biggest thing for me, that I think Angel City has a lot of really good pieces. Tiernan up top, Fuller in the midfield. And then those other pieces that I just mentioned is, who are you? Angel City, who are you? Who are you going to be? What is your team? How are you going to play? Are you going to be bought into this system? And I think now that they kind of have had a little bit of time under Alex Straus and now a full preseason, if they find their identity, I think this is going to be a pretty good Angel City team this year. One that is going to blow away any other season that they've had.
But what would that identity be? Last season, a lot of their players that are the veterans, the leaders, didn't play much. They're injured, dealing with personal issues. And this was a young team, a very, very young team. And obviously everything going on outside of off of the pitch with coaching turnover. Savvy King was a huge heartbreaking thing to happen last year. And I'm so happy that she's now back in preseason training with the team. It's huge. But I don't know what the style still is. Like, Jordan, when you're talking about this, I was like, well, what does Jordan think it actually is going to be with the pieces that they brought in? Is this a team that's another heavy possession, or are they a little bit more direct and sort of a firecracker going forward?
But I think if you're even asking that question, that goes to show it's not identifiable. It's when you're watching. I think I've heard quite a fair number of people say similar comments as well. When you're watching Angel City, you're trying to identify a style, a way of playing, a character, mentality, and it's you can't really figure out a certain way they're trying to build up or a certain way you're trying to press. You talk about Louisville, high press, intensity from the start. NC Courage dominating possession. There's always relatable phrases, but Angel City's been hard to identify. So I think that's been that has to be the biggest shift this year. That I understand when managers change that happens, but you eventually have to start seeing it. And I think we should have come the end, but obviously I think it was still a very under par considering the scale of that club and the influence that they can or could have, but haven't quite made their mark yet, really, from a footballing standpoint. I think everyone is waiting for them to go to the next level with that, with their style of play, and really being, okay, this is how we want to play. This is what we represent. This is our mentality. And I think that will come with the manager. But that's what I'm looking forward to most when they kick off their season, is like, oh, right, okay, this is what they've been working on. I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jen, I'm curious. Did you play Alex Straus in Champions League when he coached for Bayern?
Am I gonna have to chat GBT this one as well?
We hadn't talked about that yet, so maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's what we have to go by, right? And I think it's a little bit of an unfair comparison because that Bayern team, right, is one of the best, if not the best team in Germany year after year. So they have the top of the top players. So I think what we saw when Straus came in midsummer was he's trying to implement some of the movements he asked of the center forward from Bayern. But now with Riley Tiernan, are those the same movements you want her to have to come all the way back and leave space for a 10 to get into? Little things like that, where I think he's trying to pull apart a team with possession out of the back to find the channel up front that is the best one to operate in. But it wasn't translating. So then he switched, right? Like 5-6 games in, when he's not winning, he switched what he was asking of everybody. So I think I'm hopeful, and maybe that's just being Jordan. I'm hopeful that this preseason helped him really hone in on some of the things that he's asking out of these players. He is demanding, right? I don't know if you two have had a chance to talk with him, but he has a lot to say, and it can be a lot of information to take in at once. And I just feel like a preseason will really help this team try to identify what he wants and then say, okay, we can implement that on the field, especially with some of these high IQ players that have come into the mix.
I agree. Oh, Jen, did you find it?
Yeah, I didn't. It was in the 2024 Arsenal 5-2. I'd already left at that point.
Ah, okay. No, Jordan, I agree. I think being able to interview him and just talk to him, he's very direct, which I think we all appreciate from a coach. He's not afraid to tell you how it is and what his expectations are and what he's trying to do and help you improve. So I think having this, I kind of expect Angel City to make some more moves. I don't think that they're done. This is a team.
Okay, what do you want? What do you want them to do?
Well, this is a team that's got money. They've got Disney money.
Winger,
they've
right?
got every celebrity. You're in LA. It's an attractive team to go to. You have a new coach who is a proven winner that wants to develop a team. It's a young squad still. I almost expect another 9 to come in, maybe a 10, just to add some more depth. I actually think defensively they're very, very strong. I think this is a team that's set in how they can approach either a 4-back, maybe a 5-back, definitely a 3-back. But the quality that they have. And for me, it's, the spine of the team. What does that look like? How are we pushing Riley Tiernan to get to that next level as in her second year in the NWSL? I think I'm expecting more. You're in LA. It's Angel City. What's next?
If I would have had a page of notes on what my Angel City notes would have been, it would have been that, Darian, like spine of the team. I think when you've seen Alyssa Thompson leave, Katie Zell and Milana Kennedy, all these kind of experienced players, right? And obviously Claire Emsley still out on maternity, will hopefully clear at some point. For me, I still think she's been such a big miss for them in recent seasons. So, but for me, it's a number 9. I think an out and out goal scorer. If you look at all the other top teams, you need a number 9 that's going to give you X amount of goals in a season. I don't think they're still too heavily reliant on a few number of players. So I think a striker for me could take them to the next level.
See, I think Tiernan has the X factor to be that striker, Jen. I think if you add one more piece that takes away some of the attention from Tiernan, then I feel like that could be a real benefit. So yes, an attacker. I would like a winger. I think Svennis Jarnestadter can play on either side. I think she's better on the right. But can you add another piece in attack that is a little bit more of a flashy signing to take that pressure off of a player going into her sophomore season? That can be very difficult. You have high expectations.
Yeah,
how do you perform? It's new pressure. But I'm hopeful. Should I be hopeful?
I think you should. I think we should also shout out Ary Borges coming in.
Yes,
that is a player that brings a different level of spice to this team that they were missing last year. Feisty, great on the ball, great playing forward. She can score goals. I don't know. I've got some faith in this team, but I expect more. And I personally think this is a team that can make playoffs. Looking at this season, full run up with Alex Straus, the talent they brought in, building off of Riley Tiernan last year, pushing her forward, elevating her game to the next level. Full season of Svendis, full season of the long throw. I know. I'm feeling like they can make a top 8 spot. Absolutely.
I definitely. Oh, you're agreeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they'll be a playoff team.
I need a game to see. I'm not overly convinced.
One game. So when after weekend 1,
a few games. Okay,
at the end of March, you'll have a better idea because there'll be 3 games played.
Yeah.
Better idea of what this Angels did. I think that's fair. And I think that we feel that way with a lot of teams, right? Like there is so
this is
much
all very we haven't seen any of these teams play yet.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so hard. We're literally going off signings in and out, and it's so hard. But
and like coach theory.
Yeah. I'm gonna say they make playoffs.
Yeah, Jordan.
I'm gonna say it.
I mean, for the club of that size, they have to.
They should.
Yes, they have to.
Yeah,
I think it's another failure if they don't. It's a failure for any team if they don't. But I think Angel City, of the impact that they can have and the size of the club, they have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on, Angel City. Jordan and I have. We believe in you.